When you manifest in the life you deserve, look at this. My ancestors be having my back. Look at this. All this land. I got the nerve to drive fast in all this land. Oh, I need to calm down so before I turn my car up. Glad I got an SUV. Look at all this land. Oh, look at this. Look at this waterfall. I love that. A waterfall and a pond. They are on 3 acres of land. I like how they got the pavement coming through here. I mean, not the pavement, but they paved it for the rocks and things. I want greenery. I'm going to get greenery, period. I'm still riding out of here. Still going. Still going. Look at that. Look at the sun. Come out. I'm like, let me hustle some money real quick. So I get an order real easy, like 8 items, right? At the drugstore. So it was a lot of money. I'm like, I'm about to pass this up. I'm thinking it's very, very far. It's only 15 minutes away from me. And this is all I see. I didn't even talk to my ancestors, my spirit team, my spirit guides yet to be like, hey, such and such this happened, because they see everything, they know everything that goes on, they know the hidden, they know the truth, they know the lies, they know everything, right? So when you are confident in who you are, and you know and you trust your spirit team, they have your back. So they rolled me through something, and it was exactly what I been desiring. I haven't even started manifesting it yet, but it's exactly what I've been desiring. And before I got my SUV, I wanted something that's like, I got a foreign SUV, but when I'm talking about foreign SUV, I'm talking about Mercedes, Lexus, Audi, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, okay. I pull up and this is what I see. Black. I don't know why I'm in love with this black paint. It's so funny because the house that I dropped at was black. And the car, even though I have a foreign SUV, but I'm like, I want something nice, right? Even if, you know what I'm saying, if I can give me a nice little foreign, like expensive foreign, that's something I desire. That's something I want to manifest, right? But I pull up, I'm like, they got an Audi SUV. The house is black. They're on 3 acres. They got this pond with this waterfall. I'm like, how they know? Because the ancestors, they know exactly what I desire. They know your inmost inner desires, even if you haven't really told it. And I told my ancestors, I told my spirit guides, right? And I just never put my mind into like, okay, let me manifest it or whatever because of the things that I'm dealing with on the back end, and I'm kind of busy, right? So them just like, you know what, don't worry about nothing. We gonna show you how we gonna step for you. So yeah, I just can't. They just know. They see everything. And at before I left the house, both of my ears was ringing. loud. I'm like, why my ears ringing? I wonder what's going on. And I get this order out of the blue. That's the only order I got. I was like, wait a minute, because they were setting me up to see what I needed to see today. So that way I can literally like put my focus on my manifestations and not looking at other things that is distracting me and that's taking me out of and trying to push me out of alignment and the frequency that I already have been in.
Imagine getting no support and then boom, you a millionaire.
God, Pickney. Hey, she came back. Oh my God, I ain't see. Hi, Pickney. Hi. Look. Oh my God, I'm gonna miss her. Hey, people. I am on. I got 2 more days after today to still be here. I still got some of my stuff. If you look down the hallway, the rooms, let me tell y'all. My lights is already turned off. I wasn't expecting that already. But everything is in here is cleared out. We got the bathroom that's cleared. You got the second room that's cleared out. And then you have my room, which I still have my bed. I still have a bag of laundry. Then I have this stuff here. I can do this today. They're coming to get this today. It's my bathroom. I could just clean that out. Y'all know, just little simple stuff. Yeah, so Aaron's is coming to get this furniture. Let me put this in the living room. But Aaron's is coming to get their furniture between 11 and 3. It's 9:44 a.m. And yeah, so we almost to the home stretch, right? And I'm just gonna take y'all with me. Why not, right? I always do content and then I take my stuff down. I have a tendency to like revert and be like, I don't want to do it. And I need to stop doing that, right? My teeth look yellow on this video, y'all. I promise my teeth is not yellow. I don't like when these filters be doing that. And then I barely got a filter. And it's orange. Y'all see that? Ew. Anyway, so so I had was sitting here deciding because I went into meditation this rising, and as I was in meditation, I fell asleep. I did all the one with the chakras, with the mantras and the lum bum, all that. I went through all that, right, through all my chakras. The only two I didn't hit was my third eye and my crown because I was sleepy. It knocked me out, right? So I was like, okay. I fell asleep. While I fell asleep, I went into this vision. In this vision, I was on the plane, and I was looking out the window. Else around me, but as I was looking out the window, I saw a landscape, and it was sunny. It was sun out, right? So as I'm looking, I'm observing, but how I was feeling in this vision was uncertainty. I don't know where I'm going. So my dream was, I had two dreams in this life since I was a little girl. I wanted to, one, become a singer and travel the world, or two, become a nurse. And the nurse dream was my family and what they wanted from me. Even though they said I was intelligent, I would think that they would push me more into communications, me being a Gemini. They didn't. They pushed me into the medical field because I guess it was feminine, because I'm a feminine person. So I guess they like, not to say the medical field is feminine, but being a nurse, a nurturer, a caretaker, it is a feminine job. Like we all have masculine and feminine energy. We just have to balance them. And one energy we could be in most than the other energy, right? And so I'm mainly in my feminine energy. I'm going to do feminine things. I'm a healer. I have gifts and things, right? And so as I'm going through that, I did that for 22 years. Off and on for 22 years, right? So I became a full-blown artist in 2019. I've always wrote songs and sung my entire life since I was like 7th, right? And been writing since 13 years old. So I recently became signed. I manifested that to be signed to a label. That came to pass. I manifested a remote work from home, but it didn't last. But I am graduating this year for medical billing. I mean, this month for medical billing and coding, right? I got next week I take my last final take my final, and then after that I'll have to go take my standardized my test or whatever, which I don't think I'm gonna pass that, y'all. I chat GPT myself through down school. Do you hear me? But I also extended classes to get my associates in healthcare technology, right? And I did it because I needed the income, because I can borrow back from student loans. And I think they said it's going to take me at least about 6 months, maybe 6 to 10 months to be done. Which I'm like, I got another 6 months. I ain't doing nothing, right? So with that, I can work from home. I can have a laptop, I can do what I need to do, right? So I'm like, okay, that's fine. So by me being a nomad, I can work wherever I go. It don't matter, right? Even as a medical billing and coding, if I could find a company and say, yo, you can work from home, I could just get on the road and do me, right? Which plan out, because before I fell asleep into meditation, I clear audience heard one more thing, and I was like, I responded in my spirit, right? I responded like, what's one more thing? Because I have been worried sick about going backwards and going home to my family, which I have overcame. You have family members that is stuck, no offense, but that is stuck and stagnant, and they don't want the best for you. They jealous of you. They cause problems in your life and stuff. And I've done the inner work to heal myself and to free myself away from that abuse, right? And past relationships, betrayal from friends and family, all of that. I've healed from that, right? So I'm like, dang, I come this far to have to turn around, like the song, we come this far by faith, leaning on the Lord. So I'm like, I don't want to go back, right? I don't want to go backwards. And I've been crying for days. As y'all can see in the video, I'm crying, right? Because I don't mind transitioning, but I refuse to go back. And the uncertainty, the fact that this is three of one of the 3 days left that I have here, that I finally got an answer, and I've been asking and praying and calling out to my ancestors, my spirit guides, the Most High. Hey, y'all, what am I going to do? And I got my answer finally. I'm so excited. Now I'm nervous, but I'm excited. And the nervousness is from the uncertainty, but I'm an Aries rising, baby. That's right. I'm a Gemini sun. Okay, I can shake that off. Let's go, right? I'm not an emotional person. I am a driven person, right? I am curious. So it's like I'm ambitious, I'm curious, and I'm driven. And I like excitement. This is why I do well with Sagittarius men, because every Sagittarius man I dated, we was gone. We was, you know what I'm saying? And we didn't even make plans to be like, where we going? We just left. Like, we gonna wing it, and no questions, right? Nobody asked, no plans, no nothing, just freedom. And so, I decided, my daughter's 15. I have her at my dad's house, and my 2 oldest daughters is 20 and 21, and I know that they can watch over her and make sure she's good in school. I have a phone. If I need to come home, I'll come home for her and things like that. It is something. So that's my only concern in regards to this transition and this decision. Now, I come to the terms, and the reason why I come to these terms is, one, not just because it has been on my list to travel, right? and my dream, my number one dream besides being a singer. And I see why my spirit guide said one more thing, because I became an artist. I'm a nurse. So I accomplished those two things. There's one more thing. I'm gonna cry. But there's one more thing, right? And I know that she'll be fine because she'll be 16 this year. And I know that she'll be fine. And again, I can always come home for my baby, right? And then she also has her father. Her father is in her life, so she'll be all right. And yeah, and I also overstand that I'm not gonna have the things that of the mundane. Having a home, um, family, and the house with the white picket fence and a nice car and the nice career, the American dream, right? I've lived it. I manifested a lot of nice places. Even though through my homelessness off and on, and I'm on number 5, I still manifested the nicest apartments. People be like, "How are you getting these nice places? Where are you getting from?" Manifestation. And the law of attraction, being delusional. You gotta be delusional when you want something. You gotta tell yourself, "Shut the fuck up. We gonna get with this is what we gonna get. Shut up. I wanna hear your thoughts. I get everything I want." And that's a manifestation though for somebody that may need it. Just tell yourself, when your mind is like, "Oh, that ain't gonna happen," or you trying to think about it specifically, start telling yourself, I get everything I want." And then you get to the point where like you start seeing things happening, you be like, "Yep, I do get everything I want." And then that faith building you, and it's annoying, and then it's constant. I get what I want. No matter what. Like, could I do? I get everything I want. I literally do. I'm for real. I literally get exactly what I want. And some people look at me, because I was crying about this transition, and they think that I was not a manifester. It's not that I don't believe in myself and know myself, right? Knowing, right? The tears was from the uncertainty. I do not like not knowing. I do not. Oh, well, me not liking the not knowing pisses me off, and I'll be like, just at least tell me. Like, I'm not a birthday surprise chick. I want to say, you can birthday surprise me, but don't give me no hints. Because if you give me a hint, it's going to piss me off. Because I'm going to be looking for it. And I'm going to be like, because I'm such a manifester. I don't play with my mind. Like, don't play with my top, right? So I decided this because I'm like, if I went homeless, um, and I'm on 5 times, and I worked hard and I dedicated myself in this matrix, and went through so much trouble and trauma and frustration and depression and anger, and even to the point of sickness, high blood pressure and depression, anxiety, um, just to survive, just to pay rent, lights, gas, water, trash, car note, car insurance, cell phone, home phone, internet, laundry, like name it, um, repairs, everything, right? Toiletries, everything you need for the home, and you know, I hear a download of my spirit. I'ma be one of the greatest. A Nico, right? I hear it in my energy field. But the reason why I feel like this is because why do all that? And if I become a nomad, there's less stress, less problems, less um, money to worry about spending. I can literally save, and I can see the world. I can see, I'm not sure if I'm going to go overseas, but eventually I'm going to want to go overseas. For years, I've watched people live nomadic lives. Shout out to Nomadic Introvert. I know I talked about her in one of the last videos. But I just made the decision, and then as far as my love life, I'm always meeting these emotionally unavailable men, or a man that's poly, or a man that's married, or a man that just wants sex, or just want to siphon my energy, or a man that's not a leader, he's weak and he listens to his friends just so they can use him for what he have, because they know that if he be with me, then they won't have access. And to me, I'm 41 years old. I have I have a low tolerance for a man like that. I like my man to be strong and stand in his power. I like a God. That's not a God. A God is not going to allow anyone to influence him from what he desire. And I'm sorry, right? And I decided that, everybody ain't gonna have everything they want. And I always had this analogy in my mind, like, you either, and I've had this analogy in my mind for years. And even when I was married, because I already been there, done that, married, had children, I had the house and people. I've had it. I've done it already, y'all. So it's like, it's not that I'm sad that I didn't have it. I've conquered it. I came out again. I already done it. And I decided, like, when you are single, there's so much more that you can do in this life when it's just you. Because you only have you to worry and focus on. And for me being bushy, I can wear my hair the way I want. I can dress the way I want. I can buy what I want. I can do whatever I want to do. If I want to go spend $30 on the damn pineapple mimosa on Cabo Beach, I can do what I want to do. And so I'm excited, because then I can also aid in my daughters starting their own lives, because eventually they will be having babies, children, and marriages, and I will just be there. And I also am a Reiki healer, and I also want to become a doula, so that way I can be the source of my children's having babies. I can deliver my grandbabies, and that's something that I'm excited about. Um, and I might tap into my Reiki. I might tap into my life coaching and start giving services to others. That could be another stream of income for me. I went from sad to, and it's because I got an answer. I got an answer. And yeah, y'all, stay tuned with me. I um I think I'm gonna put this on my artist page. I'm gonna put this on my artist page. I'm gonna talk with my label manager or my label owner and ask if it's a good idea. If not, then I'll put these videos on a separate page. I also have music that I will be releasing here soon. I have until the end of August to have 11 songs ready. But I ain't worried about it, because I already got songs already ready. I just gotta make sure if the vibe is right and where I want and where I'm going with it. I did have a title for my album, and I honestly don't even remember. So I will have to literally tap back into my higher self and say, hey girl, what we doing? What we doing with this album? What we naming it? What songs we putting in here? Cause yeah, right? Cause I'm a writer. I'm also writing a lot. And also we have Chat GPT. People might look down on me for that, but shit, I put it through there and be like, hey, word correction. How did it sound? This makes sense? And it try to change my song, and I be like, no, I'm gonna keep my song the way that I wrote it. But yeah, just tell me, you know, if any corrections need to be done, and I'm not writing repetitive lyrics. Because sometimes you can have a song and then it sound like a song before. Like, that's just being a creative. You also always want to grow, right? So I'm excited about this transition now. I don't know when I will be stepping out. I know I will have to make some money before I decide to be like, hey, I'm out of here. Um, I kind of want to shoot for like September maybe. Um, I will come into an agreement with my spirit guides, my higher self, the Most High, and see where it goes from there. I could travel to a state, go to a nice hotel, and stay there for about a week. Just to get my feet out there and see where things go. When I was praying about it and meditating on it, I heard that I will be going solo. And I said, oh, that's wonderful, right? And but yeah, not to bring attention to this filter, but I'm not using this filter. My teeth do not look like this, y'all. This anyway, but these filters do be like making me orange. Like, girl. But yeah, I'm excited. So I am dramatic, y'all. I'm gonna be a bit dramatic. Um, I'm a crybaby. I'm not an angry person. And I'm not forceful. I'm soft, right? And I hate to say it like that because you know you want to be powerful, you want to stand in your power, but I'm more feminine. In this portion of my life, um, back in the days when I was walking through the matrix and living a 3D lifestyle, I was aggressive. I was mean. Everybody, my family will tell you to this day, they be like, oh, she mean, but they don't know me right now. They know me from my past. So I was always called mean. But when you are happy and you're healed and you're whole and you're balanced in your energy, you're not mean. You can come off too loving and people will judge you for that. But, you know, I kind of feel like Jesus, Yeshua, right? He's sarcastic as hell. I'm sarcastic as hell when I want to be. But he was also loving and understanding and understanding. And I'm the same way because I know that we all have to grow, we all have to become, and not the person that I see today may be different tomorrow. So I'm not judgmental at all. And I'm not confrontational because I have anxiety. So if I'm being confrontational, then that brings issues with my body, inside my body, and make me physically ill. So I don't argue with people. I'm gonna state my point, but I'm doing it in calmness. I don't argue because it makes me physically ill. So that's another thing that I'm happy that I'm living a nomadic life because it's just me. I don't have to worry about dealing with a lot of different energies. Now, interacting with people in public, but you only see them briefly, right? I can get away. I can remove myself. But when you're living with people and you're dealing with people and that are operating in their own egos, it can be hard, right? And I'm being honest. I know that I'm going to encounter some things when I go here. To my dad's house because he's a warrior. He complains about everything. He's 3D. My daughters, they're 3D, right? One, all except for one. And my kid's father, he wants to be with me no matter what, and he got in his mind that we would be together, and he, you know, die alone, and it's not gonna happen. Twin flame harasses me, so it's just something that just be like, okay, well, I'll die on this hill, not being with you, even if it costs my love life. That's why you have to be careful who you untangle your life with, because not everybody wants your blessings, right? Especially if you got somebody that's like, if you don't want to be with me, nobody's gonna be with you. You're not gonna be happy. You're gonna suffer, and you know. And it's like if I'm living a nomadic life, I'm able to focus on my energy. I can feel myself more, and I can protect myself more because I'm not distracted. So for my spiritual people, y'all, that helps a lot, right? So yeah, so I decided this journey, and I'll keep you all updated. I will post and let you guys go with me and through this transition, and hopefully maybe this channel will become a nomadic channel slash music, or you know, I don't know. But yeah, thanks for watching my video, and I'm not crying no more. Peace, love, and light.
Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. As soon as I started talking, out of nowhere, as soon as I started talking, they're talking back to me. Okay. Loud. I've never heard it loud over here like that. See when nature responds to you. I'm like, as soon as I start talking and I'm seeing coupled up ducks, I'm like, why are you coupled up on each side? I gotta spiritually figure out what this means. Y'all, y'all hear that, right? Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Goodbye to this lake. They're saying bye to me. Bye, y'all. I might come back and visit, but saying goodbye to the lake. They all was talking to me. They didn't sat and heard me cry and talk and all that. Oh wow, that that was. I started crying, y'all. That that was cute. Oh wow, that was cute. That was cute. I feel love. I really do.
So hey y'all, hey, I am door dashing. I had a car full of stuff. Today is the last day in my house, and I just got out of medication, and I decided to DoorDash because I do need to eat and I do need to put gas in my car so I can make it to my dad's house. And in meditation, I heard the path of least resistance, right? So I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm really irritated because I feel like I don't want to go backwards. I've done a lot of work, right? And and I got myself into a space of peace and tranquility and balance and abundance. Like I had abundance, right? And my path has shifted, and I know I am getting ready to walk into bigger abundances, right? But it's the in between stage that bothers me. I tell y'all this all the time. I'm having a hard time um recording. For one, it's because my storage on my phone. For two, um I am such an introverted person, and I'm only chatty with people if I like them. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying I don't like y'all. I just don't. I'm an introspective person, and um, people have a tendency to judge me, to perceive me and misunderstand me, and that's granted. I'm used to that, right? Because people become curious about you, and because they don't understand me and they can't get me, they make a preconception and they put a title on who I am, and it's farther away from who I am. That's the beauty of being mysterious, because it can be used as your advantage and disadvantage, right? I'm very mysterious, right? You never know what's going on with me unless I tell you, and then if I do tell you, I might switch it up.
So you just never know. But I'm ready to drop this order off. I am like 20 minutes away from where I used to live. So my daughter's texting me like, "What time you coming?" And I'm like, I got a DoorDash to make gas, put gas in the car. I was just talking to a few people in the store, and one of the guys was like, "I'm gonna put y'all right here while I drive." One of the guys was like, "Hey," and I was like, he was like, "Hey, boss," and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he was like, "What you doing tonight?" I said, "Not doing much, for real, traveling." He said, "Oh, where you going?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm about to live a nomadic life." He was like, "That's awesome." He was like, "I've been trying to tell me my wife, let's do it." And he was like, "She don't want to do it on a camper and put it behind your car, your truck, or SUV or whatever, and go from there, right?" I don't know what my plans are. I know that I've been looking at CNA contracts and things like that so I can make money. But at the same time, I am often rejected in that field, because I'm too north out. I'm too proficient in what I do. And instead of, I did take the next step to become a nurse, but I'm not licensed because I didn't take the NCLEX. So yeah, I didn't take the NCLEX, so I'm not licensed. So I still do nurse stuff. A lot of nurses be like, "Come help me," blah blah, but I don't get nurse pay. You know what I'm saying? But now I can spread my wings and fly, and I can go into places and then be there for like 2 or 3 days, and then switch it up and go from there. But yeah, I'm trying to decide where I'm going, what I'm doing. I know that I heard path of least resistance, and I know it's going to be a lot of resistance living with family, and I know it's going to be a lot of resistance being on the road. But I'm taking y'all with me, and so we are going to see. You know what I'm saying? East First Street. This is not East First Street. Am I passing it? Let me see where I'm going, y'all. So, all right, y'all. I am. I dropped that order off, so I'm about to see if I can get on up out of here. So it's a tight space. Um, what you looking at, little black boy? Yeah, trying to get on up out of here so I can head back to where I was before. I'm kind of far out, but yeah, I was just thinking about it all, about everything. So, but yeah, like I was saying, the path of least resistance, right, is what I got in meditation. So I'm like, okay, the path of least resistance. And as far as jobs wise, I have that option. Like I was saying, I have the option. But at the same time, there's resistance there, right? So I graduate this month for medical billing and coding. There's no guarantee that I will find a company that will want to have me as a remote worker because they want you to at least have experience, 1 or 2 years, maybe three experience. So I'm like, dang, And I am extending my certificate to an associate's to um, healthcare technology. It's gonna take me an additional 10 months. Um, it will help me in the long term, and I can also be remote. Like I'm not worried about being in these buildings, dealing with NPCs, and you know, just NPCs, like people that are easily used to try to come up against me. Um, I'm able to have a little bit more freedom. Like I'm gonna have battles, I'm gonna have spiritual warfare. People gonna bother me, right? But at least I can reduce some of it. You know what I'm saying? I have more control of my surroundings, especially when I'm living a nomadic life. So if I'm nomad, if I don't fit somewhere, I can just keep pushing. That's where my mind is, right? Because I've been homeless so many times. Um, and I don't know anybody that has been homeless as more as I have been, right? A cousin of mine, but she's doing just fine. And the reason why she was homeless so much is because she kept sacrificing for a man, and I wasn't homeless sacrificing for a man. I'm homeless because me doing everything alone, and the system, the patriarchy system, fights me. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm just one of those black women that are in a battle with the people in high power. I don't want it to stop my path. I think I'm out to. I just made $20. I'm out to 10 in the gas tank. Anyway, it is so crazy how um, I stayed here this entire time for months and had a hard time getting DoorDash. Like maybe the last month or two, I have not been able to get like DoorDashes, right? And now for some reason, I leave this environment today, and they DoorDash is jumping. And I know it's because it's Friday. Um, Now I could stay one more day because my landlord was like, just leave the key on the counter. We're close today to the Juneteenth. We won't be back into the night to Monday. And I'm like, shit, I could sneak and stay here until Monday, to be honest. But at the same time, I don't want them to show up and I'm there. You get what I'm saying? So, and that's just me not wanting to go to my family. And I have nothing against my family. I am an independent person. I like my independent. I'm interdependent. So I don't like going nowhere where people feel like I'm a burden, and where I'm going, people feels like they feel like I'm a burden. So yeah, I hope I don't get to a point where I start to lose my mind and stuff because I'm out here alone. I have no support system or nothing. Um, so my daughters, you know what I'm saying, but that's what happens when you are a strong, powerful person and you are who you are. You literally don't need people around you. People start falling off like flies because people they see the power that you have on the inside of you and they're jealous of that, so they label you and they create scenarios and they go against you and come up against you for no reason at all, and you be like, damn, what I do to them? And the most high spirit will cause you to be walk the path alone, because not everybody can be like you, not everybody's a leader, not everybody is powerful, right? um some people have they gotta follow, they gotta be a part of cliques and cults and things like that. They don't know how to stand on their own, on their own, so they have to have somebody to lead them. But I am a leader myself. I'm anybody to lead. So yeah, and then I can't have anybody up under me because my ancestors don't play that when it comes to me. You know what I'm saying? Because people will change on you and switch up. They're not real. There's a lot of fake people, and my ancestors would show me immediately like, we have to fake people. This person fake. I was dreaming about wolves. You know, they just like, hey, it is what it is.
On private jets, taking trips. Come back at 6, wake me and your child, and then won't lay today. Make me wonder.